history.
If I were to teach, I think I'd want to be a French teacher.
I can't really imagine teaching anything else but German, so I probably wouldn't teach.
Because I love the language, and then I would have the opportunity to travel to France every other year.
If I wasn't doing what I'm doing now and had the qualifications, I think I would probably enjoy being a school counselor.
History was what I intended to teach to begin with, and somehow or other I ended up in English.
In the job I have right now, I know all your names, I know all your addresses, I know all your parents' names, I can look up anybody's phone number, but I don't know you all personally.
Stone Soup. Do you remember that story when you were from your childhood?
Scarlet Letter, of course.
All of you need to read Unbroken.
It's a story about how people contribute to different things to a big boiling pot of water.
Because it's the most amazing book, and it's worth the effort. It can be a challenge.
It's a story about an individual that was a prisoner of war in Japan during World War II, and it talks about going through that, being able to endure what he did, and it relates to his faith.
And so it's about sharing, and it also talks about how if everyone works together as a group, then the whole group benefits from it.
You can't talk about the great American novel without talking about The Scarlet Letter. But if not The Scarlet Letter, it would be The Great Gatsby.
You know what that is.
Oh, golly. Wow.
My uni student pet peeve, I have two of them.
It frustrates me the way that people just stand in the middle of the hall as if they were the only human beings on earth.
Messiness. You know, students not picking up after themselves after lunch. Like, I think that it's really shocking that students will leave orange pills.
One is all the food that I see on the floor.
Or empty bags, or even their lunch bags on the floor, and that they don't clean up after themselves.
The other thing, this is probably going to sound silly, but we do have the elevator rules for a reason. And just because nobody's watching doesn't mean it feels good when people are breaking rules that are there, even the simple ones.
Curriculum committee meetings.
62 papers and having to grade them all. Not that they're not good, not that I don't, that's part of my job and I want to do it and I want to do it well.
I think this is probably one of the most hectic times of the year because we're trying to wrap everything up.
Spring semester
is really time consuming. And so to try to read the paper and stay focused and think of what you need to say to that student.
Because graduation, admission, course selection, scheduling, all that stuff, and starting the next school year with all the data entry we do happens in spring semester.
Working with students, seeing them have success.
Seeing all the happiness that comes when people find out that their student has been admitted to uni.
The best part of my job is spending every day with you guys.
Especially on the German trip, seeing them have doubts about can we cope in Germany with our language ability, and then see them be successful at family stay and navigating restaurants and transportation.
You're amazing human beings. You're intelligent, you're creative.
Their friendliness, their enthusiasm for learning, and the serious approach they take to learning.
They're not perfect, but for the most part, they genuinely care, and I think that was exemplified when they found out that my son-in-law had cancer and my wife was going to be away for a month or so, and they made a week worth of suppers for me to have so that I didn't have to go to restaurants every night, so, without being asked, or I was surprised. So. that was kind of cool.
You're witty, you're morose, you're challenging.
All I have to do is carry a big box down the hallway, and 3 people at least will ask me if I need help. And I love that about uni students. They are observant, and they do care about helping you out.
Everybody knows that, finances, there's got to be a better funding model for this school. You can't survive just on the donations of people.
Okay, I would say this, not just with students, but with faculty also and administration, that we need to communicate more.
I wish that in the future uni would embrace more of the idea of being a lab school and less of the idea of being a prep school.
Talk.
It would be nice to get rid of lots of labels.
Not be afraid to share what we really think, realizing there are going to be people that disagree, but that we learn to disagree agreeably and work out solutions rather than insist that we are right and this is the way it has to be.
And just get everything back down to we're all human beings.
Relax.
Relax, not everything's a crisis.
You're amazing.
Every situation is not as serious as what people think.
Think big and don't be afraid to change.
You're gonna get into a really good college, so don't worry so much about it.
Understand that this is a high school. High schools are messy, but they're also exciting, and that not everyone here is perfect, and everyone has different talents and abilities and strengths.
So chill, relax, enjoy life now. Soon you'll be as old as I am and you won't be able to do all these things.